much because we literally just read the part of the Torah that talks about the beginning of the universe last week, where we started over reading the Torah from absolutely nothing, which happens about once a year. So when we read the Torah, then like the things that happen in the Torah that we're reading kind of happen in some way in real life. So last week we just reread about the creation of the heavens and earth, which is related to the Jewish New Year, which we just finished kind of before that. And the idea of the Jewish New Year is because every year the world is recreated from nothing, anew. And there's a new light that's brought into the world that never existed before, that's greater than all the other light that's ever existed throughout history. And that's what happened on the Jewish New Year about a month ago. And then right after the culmination of all of that, we started reading the Torah from the beginning, which talks about the creation of the heavens and the earth. Because now we're essentially living in like a new heavens and earth, because every year it's created in a greater way than before. So that was last week's parsha. We read about the creation of everything, and now we're in a new year, so it's like a new creation that we're in. And then immediately after that, which is this week, we're reading about the passage of Noah, the flood, which is essentially also the idea of a new world, because the point of the flood, really, if the Creator wanted to destroy the world, he could have just thought it instantly, made it stop existing from like one thought. But he chose to make a flood specifically with the water, because water purifies things. It says water is like throughout Jewish law, a body of water is what purifies someone. If they could dip inside of a body of water, that has all kinds of purification effects, spiritual purification. So he brought the water into the world to purify it and essentially make it like a new world. So when Noah came out of the ark, it said he saw an entirely new world. Except that the first creation of the world in the last week's parsha, that was how Hashem created the world just on his own. Well, the second world after the flood was created, that represents the ability that we have now to fix things through our own efforts. Because essentially before the flood, there was just like Hashem's abounding kindness. People were like able to just like live for a long time, like do a lot of wicked stuff. But then after the flood, there's like a new order of like law that based on people's actions, that they're like able to like settle the world in a more settled way, more finite, but it's more like organized, so to speak. As opposed to before the flood, everything was just like chaos. But the point of the flood was like to organize everything properly. And essentially, it's like the idea that through our actions, we can like reveal Creator in the world. And that's mainly began after the flood, when we had like Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and the Torah and Jewish people. That's like to reveal the light of the Creator inside the world. As opposed to before the flood, it was just kind of like nothing really happening, you know. So both last week and this week is about creating a new world, except the different stages. So Noah's flood happened in the year 1656 after creation. So not that long ago, only 4,000 something years, maybe less, I think, maybe 3,900 actually. I have to double check that. As you can see here, there's some leaves left over in the trash because people just finished the holiday of Sukkot, where they built these little huts with leaves as roofs, and they're just getting rid of them now. Now we're in Crown Heights. But yeah, we just started we just started the passage of Noah. In today's reading, it talked about how the floodwaters actually stopped. But the past couple of days talked about how the flood happened, and it happened for many days. But yeah, again, as mentioned, the point of the flood was to purify the world, because there could have been other ways that he could have destroyed the world if he wanted to actually destroy it. But no, he didn't want to destroy it. He just wanted to fix it, so to speak, which is brought about by the purification process of the waters, which represent Torah, because the water was on the land for 40 days and 40 nights, and Moses got the Torah for 40 days and 40 nights. So like after the flood, then it began the second stage of the world, which allowed for the Torah to be given, because it's like a more organized world where things can be like set in place, which is done by the Torah. As opposed to before, where it was mainly just like chaotic and stuff. Here's tonight, you can see people winding down for a nice day. Yeah, so all humanity basically came from Noah. Noah had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And in fact, it says that they made a lottery to decide who's going to divide up the world. Because one of the reasons why Cain killed Abel was because they were arguing about who's going to inherit the world. I mean, Adam owned the entire world when he was created, but then he had two sons at first, and those two sons were wondering, okay, what's going to happen when Adam passes away? Who's going to get what? You know, I mean, it's a big inheritance, the entire universe. I mean, who's going to get what? So they figured they were fighting about it for a while, and then according to like one of the meanings in the Midrash, Cain killed Abel because they couldn't decide how to divide up the world properly. So when they had the three sons of Noah, who were essentially like the ancestors of all humanity, they were wondering, okay, well, now that they have a new world after the flood, how are they going to divide up the world? But really, it says that Noah made a lottery to decide which of his sons is going to get what part of the world. In fact, the land of Israel was part of the lottery of Shem, who was the ancestor of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's the original claim that the Jewish people have to the land of Israel, because it was part of the lottery that was made originally. And it came into Shem. I mean, Shem was the ancestor of Abraham. Later on, Abraham was born, and then Abraham was the father of the Jewish people. But in the time of Abraham, it says that the descendants of Ham, Noah's other son, who is Canaan, they were conquering the land of Israel from the descendants of Shem. So really, it belonged to Shem, which is the ancestor of Abraham originally. But then the nations of Canaan conquered it from Shem, and they lived there for approximately 440 years, the Canaanites. Not that long. But when they were conquering the land from the Shem, the Creator revealed himself to Abraham in next week's parsha and said, don't worry, even though the land is being conquered by the Canaanites, which means like the Creator's like letting the Canaanites conquer it for a temporary period of time, the Creator said, don't worry, your descendants will get this land in 4 generations. And then after that, there was like Isaac and Jacob, and then eventually Moses, etc., who took them out of Egypt. So right, pretty soon afterwards, a few hundred years after the Canaanites conquered it from the descendants of Shem, then the Jewish people essentially got it back from the Canaanites. But it was really theirs originally from the lottery of Noah. But then it was given, but the main reason is because of next week's parsha, because the Creator made an eternal covenant with Abraham to give him the land of Israel forever, where it says, behold, I have given this land to your descendants as an eternal inheritance. So that's the main reason why Jewish people always have an eternal right to the land of Israel, mainly because of the promise made to Abraham by the Creator. At the time the Canaanite nations were originally conquering it, approximately 3,800 years ago, give or take. The Creator said, don't worry, even though they're conquering it now, but I've already given this land to you, your descendants. And then in the times of Joshua, the Jewish people actually went into the land with a bunch of divine miracles, and that's when they conquered it from the Canaanite nations that were living there. And then they lived there pretty much for 1,500 years with their Jewish kingdom and all kinds of Jewish kings, etc. And then some of them were kicked out by the Romans temporarily, and then we're still waiting to be brought back fully when the Messiah comes, and there's going to be a messianic kingdom for the entire world and ultimate world peace, etc. But in the meantime, in modern times, the Jewish people simply bought parts of it legally and then moved back illegally. So that's not the ultimate state of moving back. Ultimately, when the Messiah comes, they're going to properly move back in mass. But the Jewish people that are living there now still have full rights to it because it was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, basically, which is the eternal. And that starts in this week's parsha, right when the descendants of Noah were deciding how to divide up the land, and Shem got the land of Israel essentially. So yeah, basically. So yeah, I'm not even sure what to do the live on, I guess. I mean, I like other platforms you could do, like have multi guests, but here it's just like one person having a monologue, and let's just start initially with more than one person. But yeah, the Jewish people never stole any land basically, so they just got the land legally and then they just defended themselves from wars that were started against them. So because of that, since they're really taking back what's theirs, and since they only acquired it legally, that's why they should never give the land back, because it's their eternal land that was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for all time. Someone asked in the comments, when will the Messiah come? Well, there's no set time for when the Messiah can come. He could come any second. So we hope that he comes every day, basically. The Lubavitch Rebbe said, basically, based on what his father-in-law said, that we're in the last generation of exile right now, and the first generation of redemption. And that was already in 1951, and he was quoting what his father-in-law said before as well. So, I mean, since then, he pretty much said that we're already in the last stage of exile. So, I mean, it's pretty much overdue. I mean, we are taught from the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement, that at one time in the early 1700s, there's a letter that he wrote to his brother that said that on the Jewish New Year, his soul went up to the heavens one time, and he saw a bunch of stuff. And one of the things he saw was the soul of the Messiah. And he asked the Messiah, when are you coming already? It's kind of overdue. Yeah, I mean, what's the hold up kind of thing? I mean, a little paraphrasing, but not much. And the Messiah said, when your teachings reach the whole world, basically when your well springs spread out to like the streets, to like the outermost level, then the Messiah will come. So that's pretty much like the mission statement of Chabad. Technically, it should be the mission statement of all the Hasidic groups, but I'm not so sure how the other ones interpret that letter. But definitely in Chabad, the main mission statement of Chabad is based on that, which is that the Messiah will come when the secrets of Torah, which are the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, are spread to the whole world, and specifically how the secrets of the Torah are explained through the Chabad teachers and the other Hasidic teachers, which they use like analogies and a lot of examples to simplify the deepest concepts. And then when those secrets reach the whole world, then the Messiah will come. And essentially the main idea of the secrets is that to know that the universe is being constantly created every second from absolutely nothing. This is recorded and explained in the book called Sefer HaTanya, Tanya, at great length. Essentially saying that the words that the Creator spoke in the beginning of creation, since the words are eternal and alive forever, as it says in other verses, then the words that originally created everything are constantly alive. And it says in another verse that your word is constantly in the heavens, which means that the word that he said, let there be a heavens in the first place, those letters in Hebrew letters and words are found inside the actual sky and keeping it in existence every second because they're inside of it. Not only the sky and the spiritual worlds, but also the physical matter and even literal rocks and stuff. Even inorganic matter is being constantly brought into existence from absolutely nothing. And then because of that, everything is essentially completely nullified to the Creator. By the way, here you can see people leaving because a lot of people came for the holidays to visit, and then they're just leaving, or people came for an entire school year beforehand, and then right now there's 2 overlapping school years, but 1 year is coming and 1 year is leaving, kind of thing. So that's what you see. But yeah, so it says that the universe is not like the way that the creation of the universe is not the way that other people create things. Because like if a craftsman, for example, creates like something, let's say like a clay pot or something, then the only thing that the craftsman is making is the form of the thing itself. But the actual thing was already existed before the form was there. So that because the thing itself already existed, if someone like makes a form out of something, they can even if they go walking in the marketplace, but the thing will still exist after he made it, because even before he made the form, the actual thing was still there. But by the creation of heavens and earth, which is something from absolutely nothing, not only was there no form of the universe before it was created, but there was no existence at all. So it was completely from nothing. And since the universe is completely from nothing, therefore it has to be constantly brought into existence every second, essentially. I mean, some places explain that similar to how when someone throws a stone, the force in someone's hand has to constantly be found inside or around the stone to lift it from below to above, because the nature of the rock without being thrown is to go down. But in order to get the rock to go beyond its nature and to travel upwards, the force that's from someone's hand has to constantly surround the rock to bring it against its nature. And then as that force slowly dwindles away, then the rock goes back to its natural state as it was before it was thrown. But even though the nature of the rock to fall is still something, it's not like rock is being created. I mean, it is also being created, but in this context, I mean, the rock is still there before, and the nature of the rock was still there. But even in order to change the nature of something from the default state to a non-default state, it requires a constant. It's not just like a switch you could flip, but it's an actual constant engagement, just like the force of your hand has to constantly lift it up. So too, when it comes to the universe, which is not only nature, didn't exist before, but the universe itself was absolutely nothing before. So the default state is nothing. So in order to bring something from the default state of nothing, there has to be a constant involvement of the Creator in every detail of existence. Basically, and that's like the main teaching of the Moshiach Now. There's also lots of elaboration in all the thousands of books of Chabad, Hasidic philosophy, but that's the basic idea. So when those teachings reach the whole universe, then the Messiah will come. So we should have it. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I would go inside, but I'm not sure if the connection is so good. Let's try it. Maybe. There we go, you can see some people learning and stuff.
No. הפוך.
tunnels were right where this wall was, right here. They got closed down recently. This is the tunnel entrance. Tunneling.
Nobody wants to be handed the bigger bill. He won the world, told you. He managed. He was a manager. He makes
I know, I had a customer, I was scared. How was? Huh? I feel bad, doctor. I feel bad. You made a class? Huh?
Very simple.
Dancing. Not a lot of bucking?
You guys.
It's too late now?
In the Lieberman, Yago, Schroeder, and Sherbrooke. I'll keep up with it.
Huh?
I'll keep up with it. Sherbrooke.
They can feel better like what? This song's faster. I don't know what
Confidant. You don't bring people to the camera. Your camera? That's a show. Charge going up. And the people play with charge bars off. That's a lot of money. He comes with a microphone. You try singing that guy. Still.
Sure. Lay down. Far low. Lay down. You done? You done with it? You done? You done?
זה חמוץ או שזה רגיל? מה יהיה השלב הבא? זה התחיל בעובדות, עבר אתה נגד הגבויים! אתה נגד הגבויים! לא, אני הבן אדם! לא, להמשיך,
I'm recording. Recording. Revelations of here.
Your phone's recording right now?
Yeah.
What? What are you recording? Recording all the different people?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're sneaky. What's this?
Wi-Fi.
What?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, why do you need to hold it in your hand?
Because it might go up.
You're recording everybody?
Yeah. Live stream action.
You're doing a live stream now?
Yeah.
Well, what's it called, a live stream?
YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
Awesomeness, yeah.
How many views?
How many views do people are viewing right now? 130. But they come and go, you know. People come and go.
130? That's a lot.
They come and go. Who knows?
So, what do you record? Just the whole time assembly?
Yeah, just anything and everything. Want to say hi or no?
What?
Want to say hi or no?
What?
Want to say hi or no?
I can't hear you.
Do you
Yeah?
want
Yeah?
to
Yeah?
say hi?
No, it's okay.
All right. I'll just say hi myself.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go around you. All right.
So me already?
No, not yet. Yo, what's up here? very fancy operation they got here. Here we go, they're about to start this celebration when they finish this section of the Maimonides. Medieval century rabbi wrote this really good book about the Talmud and stuff that we would learn every day a little bit and finish a little bit of it every few days or so. And they celebrate in this building when they finish a part of it, the Rambam, R-A-M-B-A-M it's called. With a daily study cycle, they learn 3 chapters a day. And there's 14 books where people finish in approximately 11 months' time. So yeah, we're about to start that. Some nice music to our ears. The excitement is about to hypothetically in a few hours, a few days plus X.
zusammen. Mit Simchas, Chagigas, Simchas, ganz Simchas, mit Tamme, Mishko, Moshiach, Rambam, das Olas, Hilches, Schal, Ovis, Satumas. Erst sagt man im Dach, was es mir meinen, was alles die Gula mit Sachleben, was Nalo ist zusammen. יחי עדינינו מרינו ורבינו מלך המשיח ואילם פועל. יחי עדינינו מרינו ורבינו מלך המשיח ואילם פועל. יחי עדינינו מרינו ורבינו מלך המשיח ואילם פועל. אם מבטן זה וילם דאשת זכו איסוף וביזות ובגוילו ודאמר זנעדו ביגעים ובבחים וחמוד וסמתם ונישקה ואישו את מחר עלינו לשוב ויעקבינו אנחנו בן דוד והוא יחליט את כל הזוך ובגוילו של המבחן
קבוצה בחור ולחמת את בעולם, וקבוצה שהוא עשה את זה, שהוא ימשיך את זה גם הלכות במשך השנה.
We're about to start this thing where they finish the book. Their audio's back. About to finish a part of the Maimonides book, which is a very good book. The Rambam, medieval century rabbi, wrote a commentary of the Torah, which contains the entire Talmud summarized. And we learn 3 chapters every day, a total of 14 volumes. We finish in a year. And every few days, we finish a big part of it. So we have a celebration like this, literally every few days, at least every week, every couple times a week, usually, when we finish parts of the Rambam, the Maimonides.
מלך המשיח בקשר לכהייתכם זמן.
That talk that is
Jetzt machen wir Beziehung, was jeder Regner kennen, wir kann sein, der Gott zu werden, Melech Moshiach Now. Harav, מנחם מנדל פרידמן מפתח תקווה, שנמצא איתנו בזמננו כשהיה בסנסנדי, כל פעם מחדש ברמב"ם ומתוואי בסיום הרמב"ם. היום זכינו שנמצא איתנו, הגיע לארץ הקודש, אז דבר ראשון מבקש ממנו שיעשה לנו הסיום והספורט, ואחר כך שיהיה Tremendo, viva Deus, que essa também, gosto de Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Chova Shuvek V'yach Tehoris Tehoris V'yachim V'yachim Sharioi V'Shem Ritmo V'Yisrael V'Shlishi V'Yisrael V'Shvi V'Shem Yisrael V'Shvi V'Yisrael V'Shem Yisrael V'Shvi Politi מישהו לא ידע חדית מותר לסך אבל לא שויסק ואיזה נמו ועבד הן תמייס מי מקשישו לא נקמו הרי הן רסקוס עד שיועיל בשנה היו איסה אימוי בתהוריס ובצמוחים אולי הזמן מצויים לא לנשור שפוגע בו תהוריס שעוסיסים קוליטנו ובוח עוסיסים קולספגו הרי זה נמו אבל אם פוגע בו ולא יראו כלום לא יראו לא כלום ואחר פוגע בבעל שני או באומר לו היינו נאמו אלא בין סבוכו בחסקס שירו את הארויסו בחסקס סער הנביא לאור מארץ התומס יש אפשר לארץ התומס בגלל שאנחנו בססת לפרוט אנחנו מסתגל ובית שרת ובדין תומס שיט בזרע ובניתו ובדם הקשרת ותומוס ונבסות ודין וויזוס אלו ופורקים אלו פרק ראשון א' הנביא לו אור מארץ התומס כזייס נקסור או מטמי אורם ואם במאגו וכלי חרס באוויר ומטמי סור במאסו לתת גודל כמרקו קיצר עוד שונות מנביא זה בלי כמו דברי יורים של חברים אבל נביא לו בצועי שקיל שעות טכנית שהוא פלט ואין פלט אתה מקיל
They tried to give the microphone to this guy, but he doesn't really want to talk, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, they just finished a section of the Rambam, and now they're trying to talk about other stuff, but they're not really sure what they're talking about. Whatever. But the earlier talk that they had playing said that the Ark of Noah was like similar to the future time, because all the animals got along. The lion and the lamb, the wolf and the lamb, and all the predators and prey animals did not hurt each other. That's similar to when the Messiah comes, when all the animals will get along, and there will be universal peace, not only amongst humans, but even animal life. The predator and prey animals will hang out together, and that was like how it was in the Ark of Noah, because there was an infinite light of the Creator that was shining in the Ark. That was what was playing earlier on the speaker. Brutal. Speaking of infinite light, and man, brutal. In the Rambam, we're learning about the laws of impurity and purity, the spiritual status. If people came into contact with dead bodies, or if they have other things that happen to them, then they become pure or impure. And it's just like a certain status that the Torah says they purify themselves from. So that's one of the sections we finished in the middle of that, basically. Alright, not much else happening besides for everything. Alright, I think we're good. We had enough. See ya.